few months ago, Shein posted a product photo that looked normal. Just a guy modeling in some clothes. But the internet, they noticed something off. The face looked eerily similar to a guy that was recently accused of murder. Shein said it came from a third-party vendor. There was no human model, no photographer, just a face made by AI. And that's when people started asking, rightfully so, who takes responsibility when a fake face causes a real crisis? Today, we're going to investigate that a little bit. So come along for the journey. Traditionally, a campaign image meant contracts, lighting setup, cameras, and people. Models were hired, paid, and protected by agencies. And if something went wrong, you could trace it back to a person or a team or someone who made said decision. Every photo had a chain of accountability, a human fingerprint. Now, to make things a little bit cheaper, they turned to AI to generate perfect faces that never complain, never age, and never charge a day rate. So what could possibly go wrong when you remove the human from the human image? There is a Shein case that showed exactly what can go wrong. They used this model, I'll insert a picture over here, that looked eerily similar to this murder subject. Can you see the resemblance? And what went wrong is that the data that the model was trained on to develop human-like images used millions of real-world photos. And it blended all of these traits until they accidentally mirrored a real person, just a public person, I guess. And that's how AI image generation works. It doesn't copy, it averages humanity until something convincing appears. And that's why it's dangerous, because sometimes the average looks like someone who actually exists. Other brands have also slipped up too. Balenciaga, L'Oreal, and even fast fashion knockoffs using synthetic influencers that resemble real people. The pattern is clear, and no one is verifying what these AI models resemble before they go live. And you say, Bianca, that might be an impossible task. And I say, I agree with you. So maybe we shouldn't use them? So when an algorithm creates a likeness that hurts someone, who does the apology belong to? The company or the code? Here's the irony. AI is also being used to handle the very crises that it creates. When backlash erupts, companies use AI to try and rewrite their wrongs, create statements of apology, detect this negative sentiment on these images, flood search results with neutral content. The same system that created the problem becomes the tool that they used to try and fix it. It's kind of the perfect feedback loop. And it means that brands can manage perception faster than accountability can catch up. So instead of saying, oh, sorry, we made a mistake, they say, oh, we're investigating. And then it's gone. We kind of forget about it. There's a new drama. And even if we did try and prove this intent, the culprit is synthetic, and we don't know how to handle that yet. So if every crisis can be just smoothed over by another algorithm, what does accountability nowadays? Online, and I guess in the real world, mean? So I invite you to imagine a year from now. Every product photo you see is AI generated. Every influencer is partially synthetic. Every apology is auto-written by some AI PR software. Brands will argue that no one was hurt because no one in the image was actually real. But that's where the problem is. When no one is real, no one feels like they need to take responsibility for it. There's no name associated with who that is. There's no identity associated with that. And then we slowly fall into this thing where reality is just another filter. And I guess that's the quiet cost of convenience and saving some money. And it's where the moment of truth and fabrication start using the exact same tools. We're fighting in this like auto-generated world, and it's like it can escalate very, very quickly, and it scares me. It scares me a lot. This was not just about some lookalike face that was used as an advert, and we can talk about that in its entirety in another video. This was about the cover-up using the same technology. We're fighting. I'm trying to find a metaphor, but I couldn't find one. We're fighting. It's like we're fighting. Apples are fighting against apples, but we're on a tennis court, if that kind of makes sense. It's like, no guys, we need to be using tennis balls. Come on. Anyway, this is very meta. I think my brain is tired. It's very, still got my name tag on. It is late today. This was a long course. It was about effective negotiation. And I can tell you right now, out of everyone in the class, I sold my car for the highest amount. Which means, don't ever buy a car from me because, see, I can't even sell this. I was gonna say I'm a better salesperson, but I'm really not. Anyway, I need to make some dinner because I'm hungry. So, and take my eyes off because, geez, this is the best feeling in the world. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bra is close second, but this is great. Let me cook. Also, I'm not AI because look at my pimple. Oh, good evening. Please ignore what's going on here. I actually, this fitted sheet at the bottom, I put it all on, but you know, I put the long end on the short side and the short end on the long side, and I've got one corner left here that I can't, so I have to take it all off now, and I was fighting too much with it, so I gave up for now, and I'll do this, and I'll go back to putting that. So we'll just, I don't understand why they do not mark them. Anyway, maybe I'm just buying cheap IKEA things. But anyway, it's time for our thought experiment, and it goes as follows. Imagine opening a shopping app and seeing a familiar face modeling clothes. It's not a celebrity. It looks like you. The jawline is yours, or lack thereof of mine. The eyes are almost the same color, same width, size, whatever. But the algorithm made it a little bit better. What would you do? In the future, we might be in this predicament because I'm putting videos on the internet where models will train on this face. So imagine seeing this face and trying to buy clothes. Maybe they won't choose it. Anyway, I'm gonna fight here and I will see you tomorrow. Today was a little bit of a very busy one for me. I didn't really get a second, to myself. It was, you know, when you're at a course where you have to talk to people and then you lunch, you talk to people and you just don't stop talking. So that's kind of where I found myself. So I'm a little bit drained because it was like forceful conversation. Anyway, I'm still talking, so I still clearly got energy. But let me fight and I'll see you tomorrow.